Hi guys, good evening. Welcome to another session of Company Law under the top MCQ series that is for upcoming SEBI Grade A as well as NPS examination. So guys, this is going to be the class number 7th, and before that we have already conducted 6 sessions and I hope you have gone through it. If not, then please go through it because these sessions are very important for the upcoming examination. And many questions you will be finding from these sessions in the actual examination. This is my promise, right? So that is up to you whether you want to be consistent or not with respect to these sessions. So let's start the discussion without wasting time here. First of all, the achievers question of the previous session, you know the rules. If you address it correctly, if you answer it correctly, your name is reflected in the next session. So the question was, under section 186 subsection 5 of the Companies Act 2013, a company cannot make any investment or give loan, guarantee or security unless which of the following options are: the board passes a resolution at its annual general meeting, prior approval of the shareholders is obtained, the company's articles specifically allow it, or the resolution is passed at a board meeting with the consent of all directors present and prior approval of any public financial institution with a subsisting term loan, or SEBI approval is obtained. So even if you haven't addressed it earlier, guys, you can answer it now in the chat box. Do let me know what can be the correct answer according to you for this particular achievers question. So right answer is option number D. That is, the resolution is passed at board meeting with the consent of all directors present and prior approval of any public financial institutions with a subsisting term loan. This is the option, right? So right answer is option number D here. So यहाँ पे there is a student that is government exam blueprint. I don't know the exact name, so she has given the right answer. ठीक है, यहाँ पे उन्होंने सही आंसर दिया. So first of all, congratulations that you have attempted this question correctly. So guys, if you also want to see your name here in the achiever slide, so what you know the rules, what you have to do, you have to attempt the achievers question correctly. So in this session also we have achievers question. So if you attempt it correctly, your name will be reflected in the next session. Now guys, so let's start the today's discussion. Question number first is, as per the Companies Act 2013, the amount of dividend, including interim dividend, once declared must be deposited in a separate account in a scheduled bank within how many days from the date of declaration? Options are 2 days, 3 days, 7 days, 5 days, or 10 days. Tell me. Guys, you all have to participate, right? This is the condition that you all have to participate here. So right answer is option number D, that is 5 days. So section 123 subsection 4 of the Companies Act 2013 states that once a company declares dividend, the amount must be deposited in a separate account in a scheduled bank within 5 days of its declaration. Question number second is, as per the Companies Act 2013, if a dividend declared by a company remains unpaid or unclaimed within 30 days of declaration, the company must transfer the total amount of unpaid unclaimed dividend to the unpaid dividend account in a scheduled bank within how many days? Options are 7 days from the expiry of 30 days, 15 days from the expiry of 30 days, 30 days from the expiry of 30 days, 21 days from the expiry of 30 days, or 45 days from the expiry of 30 days. So what is the right answer here for question number second? So right answer is option number A here, that is 7 days from the expiry of 30 days. So according to section 124 subsection 1 of the Companies Act 2013, if the dividend declared has not been paid or claimed within 30 days from the date of its declaration, the company is required to transfer the unpaid unclaimed amount to a separate account known as the unpaid dividend account, right? And this transfer must be done within 7 days after the expiry of the said 30 days. Question number third is, as per section 124 subsection 5 of the Companies Act 2013, any money lying in the unpaid dividend account which remains unpaid or unclaimed for a period of 7 years shall be transferred to which of the following? Options are Investor Protection and Awareness Fund, Reserve Bank of India's Dividend Protection Fund, Investor Education and Protection Fund, National Dividend Settlement Fund, or none of the above. Guys, do participate if you want to get maximum out of these sessions. So you have to participate, right? Do not worry about the wrong attempts. You have to commit the mistakes. जितनी ज़्यादा mistakes you would be committing in these sessions, उतनी ही कम mistakes you will be committing in the actual examination. Now choice is yours. आप यहाँ पर ज़्यादा मस्तियाँ ज़्यादा यहाँ पर आप mistakes करना चाहते हैं या actual exam में करना चाहते हैं. So choice is yours. So right answer is option number C, that is Investor Education and Protection Fund, that is IEPF. So under section 124 subsection 5 of the Companies Act 2013, if any money transferred to the unpaid dividend account remains unpaid unclaimed for 7 years from the date of such transfer, the company must transfer it to Investor Education and Protection Fund. Question number 4 is, as per the Companies Act 2013, every company shall at its first annual general meeting appoint an auditor who shall hold office. Options are from the conclusion of the first AGM till the conclusion of the third AGM and thereafter every third AGM. From the conclusion of the first AGM till the conclusion of the sixth AGM and thereafter every sixth AGM. From the date of incorporation till the end of the first financial year and thereafter every sixth AGM. From the date of appointment till the board of directors decide otherwise or none of the above. So, yes, what is the right answer? Everyone do let me know what can be the correct explanation here. So right answer is option number B, that is from the conclusion of the first AGM till the conclusion of sixth AGM and thereafter every sixth AGM. Right. So as per section 139 subsection 1 of the Companies Act, every company must appoint an individual or firm as its auditor at the first AGM. The tenure of such an auditor is till the conclusion of the sixth AGM, that is for the period of 5 years. Question number 5 is, as per the Companies Act 2013, the first auditor of a company other than a government company shall be appointed by the board of directors within how many days? Options are 15 days from the date of incorporation, 30 days from the date of registration of the company, 60 days from the date of registration of the company, 90 days from the date of registration of the company, or 45 days from the date of registration of the company. Do let me know guys in the chat box what is the right answer. So right answer is option number B here, that is 30 days from the date of registration of the company. So as per section 139 subsection 6 of the Companies Act 2013, the board of directors of a company other than a government company is required to appoint the first auditor within 30 days from the date of registration. Question number 6 is, what is the maximum gap allowed between two consecutive board meetings under section 173 of the Companies Act? 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, 150 days, or 180 days? So right answer is option number C, that is 120 days. So after the first board meeting, a company must hold at least 4 board meetings every year. The gap between any 2 meetings must not exceed 120 days. Question number 7 is, as per section 174 of the Companies Act, what constitutes the quorum for meeting of the board of directors? Options are 1/4 of the total strength or 2 directors, whichever is higher, half of total strength or 3 directors, whichever is higher, 1/5 of total strength or 1 director, whichever is higher, 1/3 of the total strength or 2 directors, whichever is higher, or minimum 3 directors irrespective of the strength. So right answer is option number D, that is 1/3 of total strength or 2 directors, whichever is higher. Quorum for a board meeting is 1/3 of total strength or 2 directors, whichever is higher. Question number 8 is, XYZ Limited has a board strength of 9 directors. 2 of them are physically present in the meeting, and while one participates through video conferencing, what is the status of the quorum? Options are quorum not met, minimum 9 directors required. Quorum not met, video conferencing not counted. Quorum requires at least 5 directors, not satisfied. Quorum requires at least 3 directors physically present, not satisfied. Quorum requires at least 1/3 directors, that is 3 directors including video conferencing. So this is the quorum is satisfied. So what is the right answer? Right answer will be option number E, that is quorum requires at least 1/3, 3 directors including the video conferencing, right? So the director who is participating through the video conferencing, he will also be considered as for the purpose of quorum here. So board strength is 9, quorum is 1/3 of 9 is 3 directors. So 2 present physically plus 1 via video conferencing. So total यहाँ पे 7 directors participating, right? Since video conferencing is also valid, quorum is satisfied here. It is not 7, this is 3, right? So yes. Question number 9 is saying that when must a company constitute a stakeholders relationship committee as per the Companies Act 2013? Options are, if it has more than 500 shareholders at any time during a financial year, if it has more than 1000 shareholders only irrespective of the other security holders, if it has more than 1000 shareholders and debenture holders but not deposit holders, only when directed by SEBI or the central government, if it has more than 1000 shareholders, debenture holders, deposit holders, or other security holders at any time during a financial year. So when must a company constitute a stakeholders relationship committee? So right answer is option number E, if it has more than 1000 shareholders, debenture holders, deposit holders or other security holders at any time during a financial year. So Section 178 subsection 5 of the Companies Act 2013 mandates that if a company has more than 1000 stakeholders, be it shareholders, debenture holders, deposit holders or any other security holders at any time during a financial year, it must form a stakeholders relationship committee. Question number 10th is under section 181 of the Companies Act 2013, when does a company's board require prior approval of the general meeting for contributions to bona fide charitable funds? Options are when contribution exceeds 2% of net profits of the last financial year, when contribution exceeds 3% of average net profits of the past 5 years, when contribution in aggregate exceed 5% of average net profits of the preceding 3 financial years, when contribution exceeds rupees 50 lakh in a financial year, or when contribution is made to the political parties. So what can be the correct explanation here? Right answer is option number C. That is when contribution in aggregate exceeds 5% of average net profit of the preceding 3 financial years. So section 181 permits the board of directors to contribute to charitable and other bona fide funds. However, if such contributions exceed 5% of average net profits of the last 3 financial years, the prior approval of the company general meeting is mandatory. Question number 11th is what is the minimum approval required to vary the rights of a particular class of shareholders? Options are consent of holders uh, of at least three-fourths of issued shares of that class, consent of simple majority of that class, board resolution only, approval of equity shareholders alone, or approval of the preference shareholders alone. Tell me what is the minimum approval required to vary the rights of a particular class of shareholders. So right answer is option number A, that is consent of holders of at least three-fourths of the issued shares of that particular class. So variation of class rights is sensitive matter. So the law mandates a high threshold, at least 75% consent is issued of issued shares of that specific class either through written approval or special resolution passed at separate class meeting. Question number 12 is saying if variation of rights of one class of shares adversely affects another class, whose consent is additionally required? Options are the board of directors, only the original class whose rights are varied, only preference shareholders, three-fourths of the other affected class of shareholders, or registrar of companies. So what can be the correct explanation? Right answer is option number D, that is three-fourths of the other affected class of shareholders. So law protects all class of shareholders by requiring that if the variation of one class rights affects another class, then three-fourths of that other class must also approve. This avoids situation where one class decision harms another class without giving them a say, ensuring fairness and balance in corporate governance. Question number 13th, who can apply to the tribunal to cancel a variation of a class rights? Options are holders of 5% of the issued shares of that class, holders of at least 10% of the issued shares of that class, any single shareholder, only the board of directors, or only preference shareholders. So who can apply to the tribunal to cancel a variation of class rights? Let me know. Right answer is option number B, that is holders of at least 10% of the issued shares of that particular class. So if 10% or more of the holders of a particular class do not consent to the variation of rights, they can formally challenge it by approaching the tribunal. This threshold ensures that only a reasonably significant minority can initiate legal intervention, balancing minority protection with avoiding frivolous disputes. Question number 14th is within how many days must the company file the tribunal's order with the registrar? Options are 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, 45 days, or 30 days. So right answer is option number E, that is 30 days. So Act mandates that company must file the tribunal's final order with the registrar within 30 days. This ensures official records stay updated and transparent, helping regulators and investors track any changes in shareholder rights and corporate structure. Question number 15th. When a company makes calls on shares of the same class, how must these calls be made? Options are based on shareholders seniority, based on number of years the shares were held, on a uniform basis for all shares of that class, only for partly paid shares, or according to shareholders' discretion. What is the right answer, guys? Right answer is option number C, that is on a uniform basis for all shares of that particular class. Section 49 ensures fairness among shareholders of the same class. When a company demands additional unpaid share capital, it must apply that call uniformly to every share within that class. This prevents discrimination, favoritism, or unequal financial burdens among shareholders who hold the same type of shares. The rule maintains equality and transparency in corporate funding practices. Question number 16th, under section 63, a company may issue fully paid up bonus shares from which of the following sources? Options are free reserves, securities premium account, or capital redemption reserve, revaluation reserves only, capital reserve created from asset sale, share forfeiture account, or class in advance. Sorry, calls in advance. So right answer is option number A, that is out of free reserves, securities premium account, or capital redemption reserve. So section 63 of the Companies Act permits a company to issue fully paid up bonus shares only from three specific sources: free reserves, securities premium account, or capital redemption reserve account. These represent genuine accumulated financial strength of the company and ensure that bonus shares are issued only from the real available reserve. The law prohibits issuing bonus shares from revaluation reserve because such reserve arise merely from increasing the book value of assets, not from actual profits. Therefore, option A correctly lists all valid sources allowed for issuing bonus shares under this particular section. Question number 17th is under section 63 subsection 1, bonus shares cannot be issued by capitalizing which of the following reserves? Options are free reserves, capital redemption reserve, revaluation reserve, securities premium account, or all of the above. Right answer is option number C, that is revaluation reserve. So section 63 subsection 1 of the Companies Act clearly permits issuance of fully paid bonus shares out of free reserve, securities premium account, or capital redemption reserve account. However, it strictly prohibits using reserves that were created due to revaluation of assets. Revaluation reserves do not represent realized profit and hence cannot be capitalized to issue bonus shares. Question number 18th. A company cannot issue fully paid bonus shares unless it has not defaulted in which of the following areas? Options are filing annual return, CSR expenditure, payment of interest or principal of fixed deposits, debt securities, renewal of share certificates, or appointment of auditor. So right answer is option number C here, that is payment of interest or principal of fixed deposits, debt security. So section 63 subsection 2 clause C prohibits a company from issuing bonus shares if it has defaulted in payment of principal or interest on fixed deposits or any debt securities. This ensures that companies first meet their financial obligation before distributing accumulated profits as bonus shares. Question number 19th is under section 64 subsection 1, a notice to the registrar must be filed within 30 days when authorized capital increases due to options are issue of sweat equity shares, an order of the government under section 62 subsection 4 read with section 62 subsection 6, issue of unsecured debentures, conversion of loans into equity by banks, or appointment of a new director. So right answer is option number B, that is an order of the government under section 62 subsection 4 read with section 62 subsection 6. Section 64 subsection 1 clause B specifically states that if an order by the government under section 62 subsection 4 read with section 62 subsection 6 results in an increase in the authorized share capital, the company must file a notice of such increase with the registrar within 30 days. This filing also requires submitting the altered memorandum reflecting the change. None of the other options relate to statutory increases in authorized capital under this particular provision. Question number 20th is filing a notice with registrar within 30 days is mandatory when a company, options are, issues secured non-convertible debentures, declares a dividend, creates a charge on assets, makes a right issue, or redeems redeemable preference shares. So what can be the correct explanation? Right answer is option number E, that is redeems redeemable preference shares. So explanation is section 64 subsection 1 clause C mandates that whenever a company redeems any redeemable preference shares, it must notify the registrar within 30 days accompanied by the altered memorandum if applicable. Redemption affects the share capital structure and hence regulatory reporting is compulsory. Other actions like dividends, charges or debenture issue do not trigger section 64 compliance. So guys, these all are the 20 questions and this is the achiever question. If you want to see your name in the achiever slide in next session, then you have to answer this particular question correctly in the comment box. Question is, reduction of share capital by extinguishing or reducing unpaid liability on any shares can be done only through which of the following options are: special resolution with tribunal confirmation, ordinary resolution, board resolution, shareholders written consent only, or registrar approval. Got it? So you have to tell me the right answer in the comment box so that I can show your name in the next session if you attempt it correctly. And guys, there's a surprise for you that as you know that SEBI examination is going to held on 10th of January, the phase 1, and phase 2 will be held on 21st of February. So here vacancies have also been revised. 77 vacancies are now there for the general stream. So if you haven't started the preparation, you can join our crash course. उसके थ्रू आप हमारे साथ preparation कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, you will get live classes, mock test, फुल लेंथ मॉक टेस्ट, MCQs, 1-to-1 mentorship, सारी चीजें आपको यहाँ पे स्टडी नोट्स, यू विल गेट ईच एंड एवरी थिंग हियर. बट इफ यू आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर अदर एग्जाम्स ऑल्सो लाइक RBI, SEBI, NABARD, PFRD, SIDBI, इन सब एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन भी आप कर रहे हैं, जो कि आपको करना चाहिए क्योंकि यहाँ पे ओवरलैपिंग कंपोनेंट है. सो यहां पर आप हमारे रेगुलेटरी बॉडी एग्जाम सुपर पैक को ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. इस सुपर पैक के थ्रू आप इन सारे एग्जाम की प्रिपरेशन एक साथ कर सकते हैं, विच मींस सेपरेटली यू आर नॉट सपोज टू प्रिपेयर for every examination. Simultaneously with the help of this super pack you can prepare for all this examination. मतलब सिर्फ एक सिंगल सब्सक्रिप्शन चाहिए, उसके थ्रू आप सारे एग्जाम के प्रिपरेशन कर सकते हैं. एंड राइट नाउ वी हैव अ ऑफर दैट इज सुपर सिलेक्शन सेल, जो कि बहुत जल्द एंड होने वाला है. वहां पर आप हमारे सुपर पैक को अवेल कर सकते हैं एट जस्ट 7299 विद 6 months ऑफ सब्सक्रिप्शन बाय यूजिंग द कोड प्रकाश. अभी आई विल शो यू कि कैसे आप इसे कर भी सकते हैं वेबसाइट से, मैं आपको दिखाता हूं. ठीक है, साथ में अगर आप RBI की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं तो आप यहाँ पे RBI से डेडिकेटेड कोर्स ले सकते हैं. बट आई वुड सजेस्ट कि अगर आप RBI की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं सो यू वुड गिव अदर एग्जाम्स ऑल्सो, तो इससे अच्छा आप सुपर पैक लीजिए. लेकिन अगर आपने सिर्फ माइंड सेट किया नो आई जस्ट हैव टू गिव RBI ओनली, तो आप RBI के डेडिकेटेड कोर्स ले सकते हैं. एज अ पार्ट ऑफ सुपर सिलेक्शन सेल इट इज अवेलेबल एट जस्ट 6199, 6 months की वैलिडिटी के साथ बाय यूजिंग द कोड प्रकाश. ठीक है, तो इसको आप यूज करेंगे तो उसके साथ आपको यहाँ पर जो है ये कोर्स इस प्राइस पर मिल जाएगा. कोर्स इज अबाउट द कोर्स दिस वैलिडिटी इज अबाउट टू एंड सून. कैसे करना है आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू हियर. आपको जाना है सिंपल गूगल पर. ठीक है, आप गूगल पर जाइए, यहाँ पर टेक्स्ट बुक टाइप करिए. ठीक है, टेक्स्ट बुक टाइप करेंगे. टेक्स्ट बुक टाइप करते ही आपको जो फर्स्ट नंबर का लिंक दिखेगा दैट वुड बी अवर वेबसाइट, वहां पर जाइए. वहां पर जाने के बाद आप सारी इंफॉर्मेशन वहां पर देख सकते हैं. सो यहाँ पे यू कैन सी एट द टॉप यू आर सीइंग सुपर कोचिंग ऑप्शन. क्लिक ऑन सुपर कोचिंग, यहाँ पर जाइए. उसके बाद लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे यू विल बी ऑब्जर्विंग मल्टीपल एग्जामिनेशन. आपको जाना है रेगुलेटरी बॉडी एग्जाम्स पर. राइट, दिस इज द रेगुलेटरी बॉडी एग्जाम्स, इस पर क्लिक करिए. देन सपोज यू आर इंटरेस्टेड इन सुपर पैक, अगर आप सुपर पैक पर इंटरेस्टेड है तो यहाँ पर क्लिक करिए. ठीक है, इस पर क्लिक करने के बाद आपको सुपर पैक से रिलेटेड सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाएंगे. प्रोसेस विल रिमेन सेम, चाहे आप कोई भी कोर्स लें, प्रोसेस यही रहने वाला. आपको उस कोर्स के अंदर जाना है, सारी इंफॉर्मेशन लेनी है. लाइक दिस आपको स्क्रॉल डाउन करना है, यू विल सी ऑल द एग्जाम्स कवर्ड हियर, यू विल सी द फैकल्टीज, यू विल सी द और डेमो क्लासेस, आपको सारी डेमो क्लासेस देखने के लिए मिलेंगी. देन आपको यहाँ पर मॉक टेस्ट देखने के लिए मिलेंगे, ई बुक्स, डेमो नोट्स आपको देखने के लिए मिलेंगे, प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चंस देखने के लिए मिलेंगे. सो आफ्टर गोइंग थ्रू ऑल ऑफ देम इफ यू फील दैट यस दिस कोर्स इज गोइंग टू हेल्प मी, देन आप यहाँ पे अलग अलग वैलिडिटी के साथ कोर्सेज अवेलेबल हैं. 24 months, 12 months, 6 months, जिस भी वैलिडिटी के लिए आप कोर्स लेना चाहते हैं आप ले सकते हैं. यहाँ पे यू कैन सी द प्राइस, बट दिस प्राइस यू आर नॉट सपोज टू पे. आपको यहाँ पर सिंपली अप्लाई कूपन पे जाना है. रिमूव द कोड, यहाँ पे कोड को रिमूव कर दीजिए. ठीक है, कोड को यहाँ पर रिमूव कर दीजिए और कोड को रिमूव करने के बाद यहाँ पे अप्लाई करिए प्रकाश. राइट, आफ्टर अप्लाइंग दिस कोड आपको यहाँ पर ये जो कोर्स है जस्ट 9799 पे आपको यहाँ पर देखने के लिए मिल जाएगा, ठीक है। और अगर आप 6 मंथ वाला लेंगे तो आपको 7299 पे दिख जाएगा, और 24 मंथ वाला एट जस्ट 12299, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पर अगर आप आएंगे तो आपको यू कैन सी आई हैव शोन यू कि 7299 पर, तो 6 मंथ्स वाला कोर्स जो है वो 7299 पर अवेलेबल है बाय यूजिंग द कोड प्रकाश। अगर आप कोड यूज नहीं करेंगे देन आपको ज्यादा प्राइजेस पे करना पड़ेगा। और उसके बाद यहाँ पे ईएमआई फैसिलिटी भी है, फुल पेमेंट भी आप कर सकते हैं, दैट इज अप टू यू किस तरीके से आप यहाँ पर पेमेंट जो है वो करना चाहते हैं, ठीक है। सो दिस इज हाउ गाइज यू कैन सब्सक्राइब फॉर द कोर्सेज। एंड ये सेल बहुत जल्दी एंड होने वाली है, तो इसको जल्दी से यहाँ पर सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए और प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट करिए। एंड डू नॉट फॉरगेट टू अप्लाई द कोड प्रकाश, जिसकी हेल्प से आप जो प्राइजेस मैंने आपको शो किए हैं वो आपको मिलेंगे, अदरवाइज यू हैव टू पे द हायर प्राइजेस। गॉट इट। एंड दिस इज माय टेलीग्राम ग्रुप, इसको ज्वाइन करके यू विल बी इन टच विथ मी। जो भी इश्यूज, जो भी क्वेरीज हैं आप मुझसे वहां पर डिस्कस कर सकते हैं, अपनी सारी क्वेरीज पूछ सकते हैं। दिस ग्रुप इज एक्टिव 24/7, तो वहां पर इसका पार्ट बनिए और आपकी जो भी क्वेरीज है आप वहां मुझसे रिजॉल्व करवा सकते हैं, ठीक है। सो दिस इज ऑल, थैंक यू वेरी मच। डू नॉट फॉरगेट टू attempt the achievers question if you want to see your name in the chat box, in the achiever slide in the next session, right?